Hi, and thanks for joining me. I plan to spend 8 to 10 minutes talking to you about digital strategy and what we mean by the term. So I think first things first, let me show you what I'm able to find on Google, because it gives us a great definition. I'm going to share the screen with you and retreat to the corner, and this is what you're going to see. So of my 1.4 billion results in less than a third of a second, I find that a digital strategy is a plan for introducing and using digital technology to meet business goals. It doesn't say much unless you think about it. The point here is that one's business goals are to achieve sustainability, to achieve profitability, to do so at a level which is durable, without exceeding the parameters of one's competitive capability or the parameters of the market in respect of supply and demand. Or in other words, the number of competitors one has and market demand in that market space. If a digital strategy can help make sure that, as it says here, your digital presence is current and future-proof and achieves intended goals, we're going to have to find something more than that. And further along here, you do find something more than that. And I'm going to take you, my apologies if this makes you busy, I'm going to take you to what I was able to find in the search here at LifeRay. And I'm going to take you to the presentation itself and I strongly recommend that you read this, because it is one of the clearest explanations I've seen. And in a nutshell, it establishes everything that you need to cover. I'm not saying that you need to disregard your text, because that's not my objective here at all, but I am saying that that is, without a doubt, as clear an explanation as I could hope to create for you. And it makes sense, therefore, that you use what there is. Your textbook is one which covers, I think, quite adequately in chapters 12 and 13 what you need to know, but it doesn't give you great insight. And the fault, as you've heard me proclaim many times, is that what you have is a collection of facts which doesn't give you adequate overview, hence my directing you to the LifeRay site. What chapter 12 does is, very usefully on pages 498 and 499, as I recall, give you the gist of what we're addressing, and that is an explanation of the advantages and the disadvantages of process automation. Process automation is, however, simply one of the aspects of any implementation of digital tech or computers. What we know computers to do, and they've been doing this for decades, comfortably 4 decades now. They've been giving us rapidity and accuracy and reliability over and above that which is achievable with people. We're fallible, and machines are too. And when you take the fallibility of machines and the fallibility of humans and you put it all together, you can have an utter remorse. But the deal here is that introducing computers allows you to do things better and faster and nicer and cheaper than your competitors. As a simple explanation, my mantra, as you know, is do more and do it better, do it cheaper than anyone else, and you'll probably do okay. You can find that resonating when you look to the likes of Kaplan and Norton, or Porter, or Tracy and Vursema. So what we have is opportunity to take technology and look to achieve benefits outside and market-facing components of the enterprise, in other words, the delivery of the value proposition, and to look inwards in the enterprise and enhance or elevate the operation of value creation. and value recovery. Simply put, no jargon. We can use computers for accounting and finance inside the organization to improve or enhance or elevate the quality of our controls. We can use computers to enhance the quality of our operations in a manufacturing enterprise, for example, or retail enterprise, or for that matter, a service enterprise. We just make things work better. We can make things work better inside and turn outside to enjoy an enhanced level of customer intimacy. And that ultimately is how you keep customers happy, give them what they want when they want it, and take away their pain points. So what you need to learn, if you like, is more than anything else simply to comprehend that there's a logic. And the logic is we are introducing digital tech in business because it elevates the manner in which we can operate our enterprises. It elevates the manner in which we can satisfy our customers. It elevates the manner in which we can recover the value that we've created and delivered. And while chapter 12 of the Kaplan E3 text is going to talk to you about big data and about additive manufacture, or 3D printing as the text authors call it, I'm going to say that the deal arises more than anything else in the systems and processes we use to enhance our customer relationship management, inward looking and outward looking, to enhance our supplier relationship management, inward looking and outward looking, with impact on creditors management, for example, and inventory management, and to enhance the quality and thoroughness, the effectiveness of our operating processes. Again, whether we're manufacturing or retailing or selling a service like an insurance company, for example. So, as in that vein, think about how an insurance company would process a claim on an automobile cover policy that someone might have for a scrape and a mirror break. There'd be a quote completed online, perhaps, or otherwise scanned and submitted to the firm, the insurance company. The insurance company would have to appoint an assessor. But the very fact that the computer system has received a claim enables the insurer to activate a draw, if you like, on its suppliers with respect to the people who conduct the assessment, assuming that the company might use internal assessors or otherwise subcontract at a far better rate in terms of overall cost paid, external assessors who work on a piece rate basis. If one was looking to close out the claim, there would be a register of the claim submission, the assessor's commentary and recommendation with respect to entertaining the claim or not, and the closeout of the claim. And that implies that the volume of paper that we would otherwise have in an enterprise has been reduced, and the prospect of there being errors and mistakes has been reduced. In other words, if one was doing this 10,000 times in a month, it would be far more reliable, far more predictable, far more controllable to use digital technology to achieve this. The twist in the tail arises in the form of what the text authors present for you in chapter 13. And that's where things get tricky, because there's an emphasis on strategic leadership of digitization. I need you to know, and this is what you covered in the MAFM 718 course, I need you to know what digital strategy is with regard to the business models. And you've looked at the e-commerce business models, for example. But the point here is that we are now trying to gauge what it is that a firm does and how it should do it with regard to the problems that arise and with regard to the strategic objectives which the firm is trying to achieve. That typically is going to be an exercise in improving the sheer volume and scale of transaction processing that can be achieved, no matter what the nature of the transaction is. to not only achieve an improved rate of transaction processing, but also to do that with a reduced cost per transaction. Furthermore, to achieve that with control over greater control over the relationship that the firm enjoys internally with its own staff. Then just think about the local area network in any firm and the policy, the SharePoint. Think about what might be loaded on the SharePoint with regard to policies and procedures and how to get things done. Think about how you would apply for leave if you're currently working for a firm. It's unlikely to be on a piece of paper. It's more likely to be on some form of document if you're working in a large firm, which has been able to afford the cost and the outlay of introducing the tech. In other words, where you're processing many transactions, 10,000 transactions or more at an insurance company, it makes sense to employ the advantage that one entertains or indulges when you're using tech. That's what digital strategy is about, and what we're going to do in Block is talk about that with some examples, so that I can reassure myself that you are comfortable walking into examination and being able to achieve this yourself. So I'll see you on Friday.